Good morning, everyone. Welcome to my show. This is Hire It Done. My name's Adam Helfman, live from the Rocket Mortgage Studios. Yeah, that's right. It's the fall. No question about it. You're about to put your heat on if you haven't already. A lot of people play that game. How late can I put my heat on in my house? We always talk about it. Go as far as you want. Just remember, if you go really too far, like you could freeze your house out. So let's be smart and let's know when the temperatures get below 32 and it's for a sustained amount of time overnight, you might have a problem. But I digress. So what's on your home improvement list this morning? I've got a jam-packed show today. I've got lots to talk to you about. And of course, if you have a question this morning, text us 248-539-9797. We have, we get text messages from our keyboard gangsters. We'd love for you to join the Keyboard Gangster Club. Text us 248-539-9797. And you have a question that Google can't answer you regarding home improvement? Maybe I'll help. Pretty simple. Remember, I'm not cocky. Okay, a lot of people get that and say, "Oh, you're so cocky." You know what? I'm confident. Okay, there's a difference between cockiness and confidence. And the people that think I'm cocky are jealous. It's basically what it comes down to. I know there's a lot of guys out there listening to my show just to hear what I have to say and jam me up. I like that. Keeps me in the game. You know what I'm saying? But as always, we've got lots of content to talk about today. Here's a couple topics. Get the best return on investment for your home in remodeling, home improvements. Did you know remodeling your house during COVID, you can expect it to cost 50% more and take 50% longer? Oy vey! How's that going to happen? Well, I'm going to tell you. I mean, listen, everybody's busy that is worth a darn. What else do I got to talk to you about today? We have fall maintenance checklist, 20 things we should be doing around our house. Lord knows I'll get through a few of them. And then, of course, I've got cleaning with vinegar, resurfacing your garage floor, things to use bleach for. You know, bleach is more than just, good smelling cleaner. We have a lot of those things to talk about. But first, I want to tell you about Salt Sale Saturdays. Salt Sale Saturdays at Beauchamp Water Treatment in Brighton, and now they have a showroom in Waterford. So Brighton and Waterford, Beauchamp Water Treatment Solutions. Every Saturday, which is this morning, you can get DuraCube regular at an unbelievably low $5.99 for a 40-pound bag. You can get DuraCube Red Out. That's if you got a little bit of iron in your water. You can get DuraCube Red Out for $6.99 a bag and potassium chloride for $19.99 a bag. Oh, that must be the good stuff. Plus, they're going to give you 5-gallon bottles of water for $2.99. Now, I'm going to be straight up with you. I've had Beauchamp's water reverse osmosis in my kitchen, and it's the best water. I stopped buying bottled water, literally. I got one of those, thermos type drinking bottles that are like keep the water, like you put ice in it, like 4 days later it's still ice. I love that thing. It's science, right? Woo. But anyways, listen, if you got a water softener in your house, go visit Beauchamp. Beauchamp Water Treatment Solutions in Brighton or Waterford. And if you have regular city water and you want like water that comes better than bottle quality water, I've had them put in actually, I've had them put in a whole house filter for me and a few projects. The people love it. So you ask them about whole house water filtration as well. But let me remind you, tell me you heard it at Hire It Done, just so you know. So listen, everyone wants clean water. You got a question this morning? Text me, 248-539-9797. Speaking of water, did you know how old water is? I didn't realize this. That glass of water you're drinking is millions of years old. Yeah, but you can purify it. You can filter it. It's that simple. Anyways, I digress. You know what I'm saying, right, friends? So, what do you use bleach for? I use bleach just for the odor because I know it's like a trigger for me. It's a mental trigger. Once I smell bleach, I'm thinking, oh, this place is clean, right? But you know it's a great cleaning product, but what else can you use bleach for? Well, obviously we use it to clean off mold and mildew in the bathroom, right? Ammonia and bleach together removes mold and mildew, as we know. Sometimes on the outside of your home and the inside of your home, that tub around the corner of the tub becomes a problem. But you could also wash mildew out of washable fabrics. If you have fabrics that have mildewy smells, it's easy. Getting mildew or mold off the grout, put water and bleach together, spray it, it'll kill it. Rubber floor mat in your shower if you have one of those. All that schmutz that gets underneath those little suction cups, oy vey, gross. How about a butcher block cutting board? Oh, I heard something. I don't know what that was. Anyways, you can also clean your butcher block, cutting boards and countertops. So there's a lot more about what bleach can do. We're going to take a quick break. Give me a text if you have a question, 248-539-9797. We're going to finish cleaning solutions that involve bleach coming up next.
The strength to compete with cash offers. Now grab your crown and rule. That castle is yours. So when you need an edge in the bidding war, Rocket can. Rocket.
What you don't know can hurt you. HireItDone.com.
Hi, it's Adam Helfman from Hire It Done. It's really cold outside. You're in the house. You got a little bit of stir crazy going on. Well, I'm going to give you 5 projects that anyone can do this winter. Whether you decide to do it yourself or hire it done, painting your interior walls is a great project to get out of the way in the cold winter months. The ideal temperature for paint to dry is between 50 and 85 degrees. So winter is arguably better to paint in because you don't have to worry about running the air conditioning because you just painted. A change of colors on the walls can also help if you're starting to feel a case of the old cabin fever setting in. There's no time like the winter to get warmer floors. New carpet is an upgrade the whole family can appreciate. But you'll have to be careful because some new carpeting will give off VOCs, or what we call volatile organic compounds. So here's a tip. If you don't want to have to crack your windows open in the cold, ask your carpet installer to air out the carpeting for 3 to 5 days before they install it. Whether it's new grout, an updated sink faucet, or a full bathroom renovation, winter is the right time for working on your bathroom. The bathroom is an enclosed interior space, and you use it every day. That means you're going to appreciate it all year long. There's no time better than the winter for a brand new steam shower or a heated toilet seat. A lot of homeowners love running space heaters in the cold winter months, and I'm one of them. But space heaters utilize a lot of power and are a fire hazard if they're not placed properly or plugged into an outlet that isn't on a designated circuit. And speaking of outlets, winter is a great time to upgrade to built-in plugs with USB ports. Perfect for sitting under blankets and reading or binge watching your favorite shows. Insulation isn't a sexy home improvement, but it can lead to big savings in energy costs and a big improvement in your home's comfort level, especially in the cold winter months. One of the biggest problem areas for insulation is in your attic. Increasing insulation from R19 to R49 saves homeowners $600 a year on average. Another commonly overlooked area for insulation are the basement rim joists.
That's the area between your basement wall and the first floor. You could potentially have almost as much heat loss there as in your attic and save almost as much by adding insulation. So we just gave you 5 really cool projects you can do around your house this winter, whether you want to save money or just update the look. This is what we're here to help you with. I want to thank you for watching, and if you want more information like that, just hit the subscribe button down below and you'll be notified when our new videos come out. I'm Adam Helfman from Hire It Done.
What you don't know can hurt you. HireItDone.com.
Welcome back. This is Hire It Done. My name's Adam Helfman. Shout out to everyone listening. You want to watch this live on Facebook? You can. The show's also Facebook Live. Go to Hire It Done. Go to 97.1 The Ticket. You can watch this like that. And we are live from the Rocket Mortgage Studios. You ever need any home improvement lending results? You want to make sure that you can afford your home improvement? You want to use cheap money? Check out getting your mortgage refinanced or borrowing against the equity of your house if you have it. Rocket Mortgage is the leader in the industry on that. So always a good thing. So what's on your home improvement list today? We were talking about bleach cleaners, right? And so, yeah, I love the smell of bleach. It's one of those things that signals a trigger in my brain that says, oh, this is clean. But what else can you use bleach for to clean, right? So I was saying you can clean your butcher block cutting tops, countertops. Don't use furniture polish, obviously. Clean a butcher block cutting board or your countertop. So here's what you do. Get a teaspoon of bleach diluted in 2 quarts of water, right? Mix it up, and then get a little bit of a wash rag, a little bit one that has a scouring pad on it, and basically scrub in small circles. And don't saturate the wood, but get the surface up. Because what the bleach does, it opens the pores, it kills any bacteria, and then wipe it off immediately. The reason why you got to wipe it off immediately because you got to let it dry, but you don't want it to, what I would say, you don't want it to, how would I say, color or discolor the wood block. Now, what about glass dishware? Do you ever get spots and your dishes are always like kind of gross? You can put sparkle back into them. Simple. A teaspoon of bleach in soapy dishwater, excuse me. That helps. How about your porcelain in your sinks and your toilets? That's right. You want it whiter? Oh, yeah. Getting it looking as good as new. There's lots of things you can do here, friends. So what you ought to do is make sure you're well-vented area, by the way. But put some undiluted bleach in your sink, in your toilet. Let it sit there 15, 20 minutes. Then rinse it, wipe it with a towel, and you'll be like, oh, my God, it's perfect. Now, one thing I don't recommend you do is you don't put it on your teeth. I'm that kind of guy, but not me. So anyways, wanted to let you know. You can disinfect trash cans. Do you ever have a smelly, gross trash can in your garage? So what do? Well, take the garbage can, take your hose, spray it out, and get all the schmutz and the skuts out of it, right? And then add 1/2 cup of bleach and water, right? And a couple drops of dishwashing soap. Spray it in there. Take your sprayer, spray it inside, and it'll rinse it out. And guess what? You will have a beautiful smelling, clean garbage can. So that when the garbage guy comes and takes your garbage away, he'll be happy. He'd be like, oh, yeah, the Helfman residents, they have bleached garbage cans. So that's really what it needs to. But if you're planning a home improvement project and everyone knows that you're thinking about it, well, a lot of people decide on, well, which one's worth it and what's the best return on investment. So this segment right now, it's called What's It Really Cost? So you're thinking about home improvement. You want to know what things cost. But what do you get the best return on investment, right? I mean, you're buying a new house. Let's say you're buying a new house and you want to move. First of all, men on the move. Shout out to Gary Bolson and his crew. Gary, where you been, brother? Like literally. You went dark on me. It's all about communication. There's plenty of food out there for you and I to meet. I had Greens the other day. Greens hamburgers, by the way, one of the best sliders. Bates, Greens, there's a whole bunch of them. But I went to Greens, grew up over there. And every time I go to Greens, I think of my buddy Gary Bolson. So shout out to Men on the Move. And that's the thing. If you're going to buy a new house, you're going to remodel it or remodel your existing house, you need to get the best return on your investment. So Michelle Reed, Halfie. Good morning, Michelle Reedy. I miss you. Go to Facebook, by the way. Watch us live if you want, because we got a lot of people this morning. And I just want to make it fun. And you can get to see in the studio my new Hire It Done really cool caps. If you want to check it out. My Pokemon shirt. I brought out the Japanese Pokemon one tonight. By the way, Pokemon cards are going for a lot of money. And yours truly, you see, a little quick side story before we go, what's it really cost? Okay? Here's my side story. I wasn't the dad who took my kid to baseball and all that. Although I did one time, I was the coach and get thrown out. But that's another story. Here's the deal. I took my kid to the Pokemon tournaments. And now my son's 20. He's at USC Film School, and he's going to be the next Steven Spielberg. You can go to the bank on that, friends. But I was the dad who took him to the Pokemon tournaments. Indiana, Grand Rapids. You know, we did the Mid-Michigan, the Midwest travel. And my nickname was Pokey Daddy. So as long as you all know who Pokey Daddy is, which is me, and trust me, there was a lot of Pokemamas over there. My point is, Pokemon cards are going for a lot of money, and my son and I have an original set of Pokemon. My son and I, it's his, but who do you think paid for it all? We have an original first release set of Pokemon cards, plus about 10 bazillion other cards. So Pikachu is my man. I go generations deep with Pikachu. I want you to know. Like literally. Charizard, he can't hang. I got them all, folks. So yeah, secretly when I sell my Pokemon collection for millions, it'll probably finance my son's first film. But I digress. So what are the best return on investments for your home improvement dollars? Well, of course, everyone knows that kitchens and baths are the number one and number two, right? And they share the number one spot. So if that's the case, what else do you need to do? Well, let's talk about kitchens and baths really quick. Why do you want to do a new kitchen remodel? You do it for love. You do it because you want to be Martha Stewart. Chopped chefs, right? The Iron Chef. In fact, during COVID, I sat home every day. I perfected, just so you're on the same page for everyone out there, my nickname should be Martha Stewart, literally. I perfected a couple good things, right? What did I perfect during COVID? I perfected the pizza bagel. I dare anyone to try and make a better pizza bagel than me. And I dare you to attack my meatloaf. Martha Stewart's got no meatloaf on me. Hey, Adam, I got an $8,000 Charizard. Oh, Charles? Yeah, Charles, listen. It better be rated a 9 or a 10 if you're going to ask that kind of money. So adam@hireitdone.com is my email. And of course, you can email me a picture of that Charizard. So here's the deal. Get the best return on investments. Kitchen remodels. You get more than a 70 to 80% return on your investment depending how crazy you get with your kitchen. Now, it all depends. Look, you put $10,000 gold faucets in your kitchen. Forget about it. Forget about it. But a new kitchen with granite tops, shaker drawers, is the way to go. A new bathroom, same way. It's all how you accessorize it. But if you just do the very basic, and I'm talking basic with granite, stainless steel appliances, and the same thing in a bathroom. You don't need stainless steel appliances in the bathroom, obviously. You do that, you're going to win with a kitchen and bath as the number one return on your investment for home improvements. There's a couple more. When we come back, I'm going to give you a few more to mull over because home improvement's fun. My name's Adam Helfman. You're listening to the Hire It Done Radio Network.
When it comes to buying a home, they say cash is king. But you're a queen, and that's just as powerful. You're armed with a verified approval from Rocket Mortgage. Sellers know your offer is good, so your bid has the strength to compete with cash offers. Now grab your crown and rule. That castle is yours. So when you need an edge in the bidding war, Rocket can.
Hi, I'm Adam Helfman, home improvement expert from Hire It Done. I always hear from homeowners who like to tackle projects around the house themselves. That's why we've put together this Do-It-Yourself series to help you next time you're ready to embrace your inner weekend warrior. Hope you enjoy the video. Hey everyone, it's Adam Helfman from Hire It Done. Today we're going to learn how to locate your hose bib that goes to the outside and how to turn it off for the winter. So the first thing you want to do to locate your hose bib shutoff is to go outside and identify where your hose bib is. Then come into your basement or your crawl space and go to the same location from the inside of your house to where it is. Usually there's plumbing supply lines to that area, and that's where you'll find the shutoff valve. So now that we've identified the shutoff valve for the outside hose bib, what you want to do is you want to turn it clockwise. And when you turn it clockwise, that'll turn the valve completely off. So the reason why you want to turn the water off to your spigot is because in the wintertime, the water will freeze on the outside of the wall, and if it does, the plumbing will crack and the water will be coming back into your crawl space or your basement. Thanks for watching the video. If you liked it, go ahead and click the like button. If you didn't like it, or if you think you know a better way to tackle a project, then please leave a comment for me below. And if you want more great home improvement content like this, go ahead and subscribe. As always, I'm Adam Helfman with Hire It Done, and I'll see you in the next video.
Welcome back. This is Hire It Done. My name's Adam Helfman, live from the Rocket Mortgage Studios. Great Saturday morning. We were talking about return on investment for home improvement projects. Obviously, kitchens and baths always win. So if you're going to do that, the key is finding the right contractor. And by the way, home remodeling during COVID-19, and this is still COVID-19, we should call it COVID-20. Like, is 2020 in January going to be like December's the 12th month of 2020? Could January be the 13th month? It could be like Groundhog Day, never ends, right? But anyways, we're talking about return on investments, kitchen and bath, obviously. But did you know during COVID-19, and if you're a contractor, I want to hear your opinion, it could cost about 50% more and take 50% longer. This is an article I read, by the way, because of this crazy pandemic. So the point is, is you better be planning properly. You better find the right contractor. So what other return on investments do you have? Well, before I give you those other return on investment, I want to tell you about my podcast. I have a podcast called Contractor Therapy. And because I'm a crazy maniac, I created this podcast for me to get off the rails and off the chains crazy. It's like the homeowner from hell, contractor from hell. It's how good it is, right? You should go to radio.com. You can get it on Apple iTunes, Google Play Store, but go to radio.com is where I go. Type in Contractor Therapy, and you really will enjoy it because it's for home improvement and it's homeowner from hell stories, contractor from hell stories, warnings and things like that about home improvement. And I really enjoy doing it. It allows me to swear, drop the skuts bombs, the schmutz bombs, things like that. Everyone likes that. So check it out as well. What other home improvements do you do that gives you a good return on investment? Because you're obviously going to fix up your home. You want to do it to enjoy it. Can you go overboard on a home improvement? Oh, boy, can you ever. Trust me, I'm an expert at trying to stop people from going overboard. But at the same time, I want you to know that you got to be smart. No one has unlimited money. And the people that are rich that spend a lot of money on home improvement, they got rich for a reason, right? They got rich because they weren't wasting money. It's very rare, 99% people, they earned the money. They didn't, inherit it or win the whatchamacallit, but who knows? Anyways, so we'll at the next home improvement with the return on investment. How about basement conversion? Now, that's what we're going to call it, basement conversion. We're not going to call it basement remodeling or turn your basement into a lower level. That's what I prefer. But here's the thing. If you convert a basement to a living area, it's the very definition of a project for love, okay? It instantly makes your home more functional by giving you more living space without increasing your home's footprint. It's the last frontier. Your garage and your basement are your last frontier. Now, do you want to make a man cave? Do you want to have a place to put your kids? Listen, I am the fan of, hey, kids, come on over to my house. Get in the basement. Pizzas. I'm not buying you beer, but I'm not going to come down there and watch you either. But I'd rather you be at my house in the basement than out at some bar or out, at Tally Hall. But hey, you got a home improvement question this morning? Text me, 248-539-9797. You can't get an answer out of Google? Why don't you get me? Try me out. You got a home improvement question? Try and stump me this morning. I'm in a mood, right? And by the way, my Kohler toilet is working like a charm. I sat on that seat this morning. The heat was just the right amount. Oh. And then I turned on the foot heaters. Do you know my Kohler toilet, it blows hot air at the bottom of my feet, and it blows on there? There's nothing better. Kohler knew me. Check it out, folks. It's the best. So basement remodeling, kitchens and baths. How about wood floors? I just had a conversation yesterday with a client of mine who wants to do updates his wood floors. And I said to him, look, dude, we took the fireplace hearths out. Now you got empty voids. So I called the wood floor guy back, and I said, hey, what's going on here? And he's like, oh, well, we got to lace this back in, a couple more grand. Now I'm thinking, geez, oh, Pete. What do I do now? The homeowner's like, that's the cost of repairing. That's more than the whole floor. I'm like, I know, Houston, don't worry. But anyways, new floors are really good. Now, you do it for love. You do it for the money. Shout out to my girl, Jen Gerzik, in his house. She takes care of business. There's someone that's a pro in business. Anyways, what's the return on investment when you do hardwood floors? Almost 100%. So, listen, I flipped 10,000 homes in Detroit. I've literally been all over the city. I know every neighborhood. I know all the stuff that's going on. And trust me when I tell you, hardwood floors underneath 6 layers of carpeting in the Detroit home, it's like finding gold every time. I don't care how beat up the hardwood floor is. If you get a good fresh sand on it, it opens the pores and you put a nice dark stain. Boom! The house value goes way up. Way, way up. Trust me when I tell you that. Just ask Jen Gerzik. So, hardwood floors really work. And you get a huge. And the key is getting the hardwood repaired. You pull the carpet up, you see it. Oh, I've got nails tack strips. Big deal. Big deal. Okay. In-ground swimming pool, is that a good return on investment? I'm not a fan of that. We know bathrooms are, right? A garage door is a huge one. I didn't realize that. You do it for the money, right? While it's not the dreamiest home investment, a garage door is one of the quickest ways to make your home shine, especially if it's in front and center, like many of today's homes with a front entrance, right? Yes, Dave Elwood. What up, brother? He says definitely, especially vintage hardwood. You're right. Vintage hardwood goes great. Pizza bagel recipe, please. By the way, 248-539-9797. Text me this morning if you have a home improvement question. Put my pizza bagel. Let me just tell you something. My recipe is legit. We should get in the pizza bagel business. My nickname's Healthy. H-E-L-F like Frank, Y. Healthy. Should it be Healthy's Pizza Bagels? Like, there's no good pizza bagel brand. Does anyone know a pizza bagel brand in the frozen food section? You got French bread pizzas. I've seen those. And by the way, those are great. I love those because you burn your mouth on them, right? But pizza bagels, oh my God. Healthy's Pizza Bagels. I mean, there's for the Jewish listeners like me, we got Maccabees. The Maccabees kosher pizza bagels. Really? Please. Fech. That's what I can say. Fech. Let me give you better than that. Okay? Healthy's Pizza Bagels. Who's going to back me on that one? Okay? We already got the Uber for construction materials. I'm working on that one. I got so many ideas. Listen, when you feed mayonnaise to a fish, when you feed mayonnaise to tuna, you just eat the tuna live because you got mayonnaise in it already. So I'm just a genius. Anyways, I digress. So one of the other return on investments, those are some things that aren't sexy, but this one is. Jojo, good morning. Good morning to Adam Taggett, exterior experts. A new roof, speaking of. A new roof on your house literally gives you an over 100% return on investment. Putting a new roof tops the home project list for rate of return recently. Think about that, okay? It's not an easy, or it's a relatively high dollar. I mean, the average roof today is over 10 grand. And the average roof has only been 12 to 15 years old. Think about that. We need to do this one time the right way, friends. But according to this study, roofing is 109% return on investment. So if you put a $10,000 roof on, your house is worth $10,900 right after, plus whatever the actual value are. I love it. I love it. Now, what does a roof does? Okay. Naturally, the longer time span between your new roof and the way you sell your house can affect it. But remember, when you put a roof on today, whether you call Tittle Brothers or Kangaroo or Yes, Exterior Experts, Peaks, all my boys, you can rest assured the lowest it'll last 30 years. Most of my guys are 50. In fact, I demand they all at least offer 50. So think about that. Now, here's the other thing today's roofs do, because the guys have learned and evolved that part of roofing is insulation. Think about it. If insulation is added to your roof, you can improve your energy efficiency of your house by 10 to 15%. So think about them apples, right, folks? And that's the key, okay? We need to make sure that we get you the best contractor and that you are happy. Now, is it sexy to put a new roof on? No. The only thing sexy about home improvement is a toilet. Eating a pizza bagel on a toilet. One that does it right. That's the way we go. So I got to be honest with you. If you got a question this morning, text me 248-539-9797. Google can't answer it. I can. Remember that. I want you all to know that. Anyways, we're going to take a quick break. And when we come back, I'm going to talk about what to know. No, we're going to do fall. We're going to do the fall checklist, right? So it's time for fall home maintenance checklist when we come back. I'm Adam Helfman. You're listening to the Hire It Done Radio Network.
Your house brought you together. Like, really together. And although together is great, together with more space, is better. With Rocket Mortgage, you get personalized loan options, closing costs, and tax estimates all in real time. So when you need to know what it takes for a home to fit your budget and your family, Rocket can. Rocket.
Few things are guaranteed in home improvement, but clogged drains might be one of them. Nowadays, you can go online and you can find a million different tricks and hacks on how to fix a clogged drain. I asked Ron Alexander of Shelby Mechanical what he thinks about the do-it-yourself drain declogging methods. He said to me he would recommend staying away from any of those gimmicks. Vinegar, baking soda, or whatever else people talk about pouring down the drain. You're more than likely to just end up with a mess in the drain that's still clogged. I also don't recommend out-of-the-box chemical drain openers either. While those can be effective on some clogs, they can also damage your pipes and end up costing a lot of money in repairs down the road. But there are a handful of things you can try that are safe and do work before going through the trouble of having a plumber come out. The first method that Ron recommended was the good old-fashioned plunger and using hot water. Hot water can help break down the common clogging agents like grease and soap, and the plunger can sometimes push the clog through. According to Ron, it will depend on the type of clog and where the clog is and the shape of your drain as to whether or not plunging can effectively solve your problems. For a clog shower, Ron says the simplest answer might be the best. A lot of times with a shower, the problem is hair, and people don't realize that they could see the clog and maybe even just reach down and pull it out if they take off the drain cover. In the case of a clog that you can't quite reach, a coat hanger or a similar hook might help you remove the clog. If you're handy and you feel up to the task, you could always rent a plumber's snake at a big box store to deal with a particularly stubborn clog. Ron even has people call him on the phone for tips in the middle of working on their drain. People call me all the time and ask. I don't mind. If it's something simple I can recommend, I'll tell you. And if it's something I think we can come out and take a look at, I'll tell you that too. I always say there's nothing wrong with doing your due diligence and seeing if you can fix a problem yourself. But if you're getting nowhere, fighting a clogged drain all afternoon because you want to save a few dollars, ask yourself this: how much is your time worth? Because most homeowners, there's a point where the time is more valuable to them than what they would end up paying someone to fix it, and that's when it's time to make the call. For more plumbing tips, or if you're looking for a great plumber like Ron Alexander and his team at Shelby Mechanical, just head over to hireitdone.com. Welcome back. This is Hire It Done. I'm the puppet, Adam Helfman, for the Hire It Done Radio Network. 248-539-9797. Text me. You got a question Google can't answer? I got you. The outside, here's a question. The outside of my house is a mixture of brick and wood. A significant portion of the wood needs to be replaced. Is it too late to wait, or should I wait till spring? How do you feel about hardy board type products? Okay, let's answer that one really quick. Yeah, not too late. In fact, any kind of home improvement you're thinking of doing, obviously exterior painting's tough this time of year because you want to have the temperatures above 40 to 50, probably above 50. But you have some rotted wood. You need to replace it. Get it scheduled. Now, you asked about hardy board type products. Hardy board type products are cementitious products. It's a mixture of cement, fibers, sawdust. It's all compressed with a little bit of a polymer glue in it, and it comes out looking like wood. Super cool, super long lasting. However, it's only as good as the installer. Remember that, my friends. Only as good as the installer. You got that, Houston? So what does that mean? You need the right installer. Because my problem with Hardy Board, and I like Hardy Board, I'm not against it. It's just that I never liked the way the product seemed, like the seams went together, the edge, when you butt the joints together, and then when you ended it on an end. Those were never my favorite ways of connecting it. If any experts out there in Hardy want to chime in, let me know. But I would say, yes, you can do it now, but make sure that either pre-paint the boards in a conditioned space or wait till spring. But get a good contractor right now. I know my contractors right now who do siding and stuff, they're busy. They can get to it. However, they're always looking to grow more installers because installing siding is not easy. It takes a while, and that's the other thing. Okay, 248-539-9797. You have another question for me? You can't get Google to answer it? No problem. We're right here in studio. So here's another question. What provides the best? Okay, outside of my house is a mixture of brick and wood, a significant portion. We got that one, Hardy Board. Second question. My driveway is in bad shape. Welcome to the club. The driveway is on a slow incline, supported on the side by a wood retaining wall from 0 to 10 foot. Ooh, so you got a little bit of a drop off there, my friend. Several boards are rotted. What provides the best value for a retaining wall? Okay, retaining walls are so tough. Back in the day, they used 6x6 timbers, womanized treated lumber. If you have that, that's a tough one to do. The best way to do it without, forget about budget right now, and I'm not trying to spend your money, is to do a brick paving retaining wall. Because they make brick pavers that are made specifically for retaining walls. And if they're installed properly, and that's the key to everything, my friends, installed properly, just ask Jen Gerzik. The key to that is it'll be the last retaining wall you need to worry about, especially if it's installed right. So the key here is retaining wall. Now, if you have the wood one, a landscape contractor can do the retaining wall, whether it's wood or brick pavers. You can get a price for both. We have some really good home improvement landscapers at Hire It Done. I've got Fresh Cut. I got The Landscaper. I got a few guys. They're all good. You know what I'm saying? 248-539-9797. You have a question this morning? Text me. Love to help you out. I'd love to answer any of your home improvement questions. What else we got here? My roof seems to have a bit of flexibility. I've had an opinion to replace and reinforce. Others say it's all good plywood. It's just 3/8, not ½ inch. What gives it a bit, and it's fine, but who can I trust? Joe in Oakland Township. Joe, listen, 3/8 is less than ½ inch plywood. So yeah, you're going to get flexibility. And it's very rarely you see a house with 3/8 plywood. So the key here is how big your roof is and what is your the pitch on the roof. That's going to make a difference on replacing the plywood. If you have over an 8-12 pitch, I wouldn't worry. Okay? Because it depends on your roof rafters. Are they 24 inch on center or 16? Could be, if you have trusses, it's probably 24. So literally, Joe in Oakland Township, you need to go with a roofer. Obviously, I would rather you go to Hire It Done, but one that understands structural as well. Because there's roofers who can change roof pitches. They can, when they put in skylights, they get into the whole structural part of it. But if the 3/8's in good shape, leave it. Especially if you have a big house. Oakland Township's not small houses. Good morning. I've watched your show, and maybe you have some ideas. I need to have a door installed and widened. I live in a mobile home, and I'm in a chair. And right now I can't get up. It's a little snug. Okay, so Chris, you need to widen the doorway. No problem. Mobile homes are easy to to modify. The key there is modifying it properly because they're also built inexpensively. So you got to be real careful. I'd go to hireitdone.com. We got a handyman that'll do that. The key here is that, do you want it barrier free? You said you're in a chair. Is that a wheelchair? Let me know. But yeah, I got what we call barrier free. Designed for better living. We have contractors who can do all that. So you're covered when it comes to that. But be smart, my friends. Be smart. Again, 248-539-9797. I want to thank you for tuning in this morning. You're all great. I got this fall home maintenance checklist that I'm going to be talking about right now. because it's nippy outside, right? It's cold. I loved it this morning. This is the kind of weather I love. Now, we're missing Saturday football. Like, most people will be texting me right now, I'm on my way to East Lansing. And I'm on my way to Ann Arbor, tailgating. I'm on my way to the big box store. And if you are too, and you got a question, let's talk about it. But right now, we're going to go over the home fall maintenance checklist. So the first thing I want you to do on this checklist, and by the way, you go to hireitdone.com, we have all this information. No problem there. But what I'd like for you to do is clean your gutters. Not hard to do, but remember, friends, cleaning your gutters, you're on a ladder. If you're on a ladder, guess what? You need to be careful. 16,000 people a year go to the emergency room falling off a ladder, whether it's a 3-step or a 10-step, whatever. You got to be careful. So clean your gutters. First thing you got to do with this maintenance, you got to clean your gutters. What else you got to do? All right, check your smoke detectors. I know it sounds simple. I hate that beeping noise. Beep. You're looking around. You're like, where's that beeping noise? Beep. You know, if you had a shotgun, in fact, that's what I was gonna invent a smoke detector shotgun. A smoke detector shotgun has a built-in sensor that finds out where your beeping smoke detector is, and then you shoot it and blow it up. The other way to do it is just to replace the battery. Now, if you're going to replace the battery, go to Ace Hardware this morning, okay, and buy a lithium-ion battery. 9-volt battery made out of lithium. It's a long-lasting battery. It lasts 10 years. Now, you can also go there and buy a smoke detector with a built-in carbon monoxide detector and kill 2 birds with 1 stone and get a brand new one, and they last 10 years, the battery. So please, my friends, understand how we're going to roll there. You have hot water radiators. You're about to put your radiators on for heat. You know how they make that noise? Tick, 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 tick. They start knocking. You heard that, right? That was me. You got to bleed your hot water radiators. Now, I would call a pro if you're going to do that. And if you have steam radiator vents as well, call a pro and have them do that. By the way, it's the best maintenance you can do. Sometimes even drain the whole system. Not hard to do, friends. Now, do you want to water your lawn in the fall? You know how many people say don't water your lawn in the fall? Some people say, yeah, water your lawn. Guess what? I'm thirsty in the wintertime, and I'm also thirsty in the summertime. So in the fall, I'm thirsty. So your lawn should be thirsty. Even though the leaves are changing, your grass isn't growing as fast. Watering helps your watering your lawn in the fall, okay, helps the lawn rebuild and recover from the summer stress. Now, I will say this, less is more. The less water, the better. Don't overwater. How about aerating the soil? Do you want to aerate your soil? Yeah, do that, right? What does aerating your soil mean? It's just taking these little plugs and rolling it over your lawn, and it opens up. It's like little plugs of grass being pulled out. And guess what it does? It lets air flow through and allows the grass to grow and spread and breathe and makes everything fun. Now, what about in your fall checklist? What about maintenance on your temperature of your paint, right? If you have paint in the garage or in the attic and it got too hot, it'll ruin your paint. So anyways, we're going to talk more about that when we come back because we're going to take a quick break. Keep it locked in here. And by the way, you have a question, 248-539-9797. Google, they'll help you. But I got all the answers right now when we come back. Again, 248-539-9797. Text me. Google can't answer it. I can. I'm Adam Helfman. You're listening to the Hired Done Radio Network.
When it comes to buying a home, they say cash is king. But you're a queen, and that's just as powerful. You're armed with a verified approval from Rocket Mortgage. Sellers know your offer is good, so your bid has the strength to compete with cash offers. Now grab your crown and rule. That castle is yours. So when you need an edge in the bidding war, Rocket can.
Me, finishedbasementsplus.com. Welcome back, Steve.
It's hit him.
Contractor of the year. It's pretty good. Is that for this year, or is it?
Yeah.
This,
yeah,
they
we
just
just
announced
got
it
the announcement a couple of weeks ago.
from the HBA, Home Builder
Yeah.
Association. It's a great organization. If you're a builder, you got to be a member.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Fall's that time of year where we get ready to spend a lot of time indoors. That means cleaning is on everyone's mind, especially with the holidays just around the corner. If you listen to my show, which thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of people listen, right?
Absolutely.
Then you probably know I love carpeting in my house. I'm a carpet guy. I like carpet. I like shag. I like my toes. I'm not into like hardwood floors and all that. It's okay. I'm allowed my opinion. But, listen, it's not easy to maintain carpeting. Especially if you've had, let's say you finished a basement, right? What percentage of basements, Steve, when you do have carpeting in them?
Oh, probably 60%.
So there's still, I know you have products that go on the floor that are waterproof, water resistant, mold
Right.
resistant. They got that too. People love that.
It's usually a mix.
So a little mix, but a
Yeah.
lot of carpet.
Yep.
So, but you've done construction for 6, 8, 10 weeks, or whatever it is. Listen, we all know dust, water, they always win.
Mm-hmm.
So you always come kind of clean. So I want to give some carpet cleaning and some vacuuming tips, if we don't mind. You see, carpets need to be vacuumed once a week, and more often in areas of heavy traffic, which makes sense. Frequent vacuuming prolongs the life of your carpet by preventing a buildup of the gritty particles that can cut your carpet fibers. Now, of course, when you have construction, you guys protect the flooring, right?
Yeah, we protect the flooring from the front door to the basement entrance and then down the
All the way
basement
down,
stairs.
which makes sense. And so you got to do that. Vacuum wall-to-wall carpeting, you got to divide the floor into quadrants. You know how I know this? Because one of our carpet cleaning companies that we work with gave me all this advice. Night Owl Express. If you ever have like a flood or you want to give a gift to a homeowner of carpet cleaning or have something carpet clean, call these guys up. They do 3 rooms for $89, and then they give you a $25 gift card via Hire It Done. So it's like really cheap. And of course, most homeowners say, it's so cheap, I want you to do the whole house. Makes sense. But legitimately how clean and how quality the work is crazy good. So these tips came from them. And they said to me, take your time when you vacuum your carpet, especially plush carpet in which dirt is sure to be deeply embedded. I got one of those Dysons, but I got the handheld, the one that like, it's got the wand and it's electric, no plug. You don't have a battery on it.
Yeah, battery.
Legit, dude. This thing will suck the chrome off a bumper. It's that good. Can I say that? I guess I just did. Yeah. It's a vacuum cleaner. It's like a V9, the V something series. Legitimately, like it fills up the canister. Like my house is so dirty. I just have my ducts clean. I got my automatic filtration system on the furnace.
Right.
And wow. So basically, you got to clean your carpets that way.
Mm-hmm.
And if you want, get it done properly. Now, what about red wine spills? Can you get those out? Our guys can. I tried it. Well, can you imagine putting your own red wine on the floor? Manischewitz. It's like grape juice. Same thing. What you can do, though, you use a little mix of peroxide and baking soda.
Okay. Good
Put it
tip.
together, yep. And then take care of it. Let it sit for a few minutes. And it makes sense, But there's a lot of ways to clean your carpeting. But you got to be smart about it. It's a weekly thing, but I'm one of those guys that basically want you to hire it done, right? Vacuum it once a week, but then have the carpet cleaners come once a quarter. Not a big deal. So do you ever have homeowners ask you when you're remodeling their basement, you did such a good job in their kitchen downstairs or the bathroom downstairs, can they say, well, what's the difference? I need a new powder room. Can you knock that out? What do you do?
Well, we will do that for past customers.
Okay, past customers.
Yeah, we
You can
don't
be in the club.
We don't right. It is the FPP club,
Right.
But we don't market the services, but we can do anything on the inside of the house.
All right, that's important because I you think about it, the basement, basement's like a musty word, right? Lower levels, the sexy word,
Right.
Which I like. So that's why I was always wondering. So, what's the most popular remodeling in a basement like room? Is it they want a bathroom, they want a bar, they want a TV, they want a playroom? What is an exercise room? What is the most popular? Most bathroom or basements that you do have one of these in every one of them.
I would say a lot of bars, because they can personalize them. They can really do some cool things to add their own flair to it, whether they're very contemporary or very traditional, or they've got a theme in mind. We can follow along with whatever they want to do.
So you can be very thematic. That's cool.
Yeah.
What about when they have a designer involved?
We can work with their designer.
No problem.
Yeah, we're in. That we love everybody's creative ideas. So
You welcome that.
mm-hmm.
Now, back in the day, we're talking like in the 80s and 90s, when I was a contractor. You never wanted to drywall the ceiling because there was plumbing, and God forbid it would burst, right?
Right.
Today we don't even care.
No,
Drywall the
we
ceiling,
do a
right?
lot of drywalled ceilings.
Right?
Yeah, we put access panels in wherever there's a
Necessary.
shut-off valve or you need access.
One thing that my dad made me do, and I know that you do this, is that when we would remodel a basement, we would actually take the heat ducts and run them to the floor. It's the proper way to do it.
Yeah, well, we used to do it that way, and we found that we get more velocity out of the pipe if we leave the heat supplies in the ceiling and we put the cold air return down at the floor.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I like to hear that.
Yeah.
So we've evolved.
Right.
Makes sense. Okay, so it's not just a better way to do it because I'm thinking heat rises and that's why you do it, but the
Right.
return air is what gives you the circulation.
Exactly.
It makes sense scientifically.
Yeah.
Okay, well that's cool. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
See, I learned something today.
Oh, good.
I always thought it was this is how we do it.
Right.
Now, what about homeowners who want to do a drop ceiling? Will you do that?
Mm-hmm.
Is it save money or is it better to drywall?
It's about by the time you choose a good ceiling tile, which we have one made by Rockfon, which is Rockwool.
Mm-hmm.
That's our standard tile. It's about the same cost as drywall.
Okay, but it's modern looking. It's not like
Yeah.
a commercial or a office
Right.
building.
No, it's got a nice revealed edge and flat tile.
So, what would you prefer?
It's funny because we just finished our basement this past winter, and we did kind of a mix. We did kind of the main area has drywall and some raised areas that kind of go with the floor plan. We did some spray painted, some dry fall ceiling, so it's black. It has kind of a commercial look. And
That's kind of cool.
yeah, and we did 2 different areas of that in 2 different colors, so it turned out kind of neat.
That's cool. If anyone has a question for Steve, finishedbasementsplus.com, text us 97136. If someone wants to call you, Steve, what's the phone number they can call the office?
They can call 248-926-6630.
Cool. Is there any advice you would give homeowners who are thinking of remodeling their basement? I mean, obviously call you, but what would be advice? Prepare. What's the number one thing you want them prepared for?
Well, I think to start early. Like it's never too early to start the planning process. I don't care if you want your basement done a year from now. You can call us now, and that gives you.
Welcome back, folks. This is Hot or Done. My name's Adam Helfman. Beautiful Saturday morning. A little nippy. Shout out to Aiden Alexander. He's in a hockey tournament. I hope he wins. Shout out to Ron Alexander, who is out listening in the Sioux of Michigan. How about them apples? 248-539-9797. If you have a home improvement question this morning, text me. I can try and help you out. You know, Google has all the answers, but when you can't get an answer from Google, you get it from me. Because I know answers that Google doesn't. Literally. It's the truth. Anyways, watch us on Facebook Live if you wanted this morning. I want to know, tell me how you like my new Hire It Done hat. I'm wearing my new Hire It Done hat. I think they're badass, to be honest with you. If you have a question, text me 248-539-9797. If you want to get a hold of me, just go to hireitdone.com and click on Ask Adam. My email is adam@hireitdone.com. Pretty simple. Adam, great show. We live in White Lake Commerce area, looking for a solid basement finishing referral. Who would you use in the area? Yeah, go to hireitdone.com. We've got some great guys who take basements and turn them into lower levels. Finished Basements Plus, Hire It Done contractor, they're the best. I've got a couple design build contractors that are amazing. You know, look, it's you buy from the people who you're comfortable with. That's the bottom line. So if you're going to do something like that, be smart and you'll love it. That's how it rolls. So what's on your home improvement list this morning? Do you have a headache? Do you have a home improvement problem? See, here's the thing. There's home improvement and there's remodeling. Home improvement is fixing up your house, right? New furnace, tune up your furnace, a new roof, siding, a sliding door. That's home improvement. Remodeling is taking your house and altering it, taking the wall between the dining room and the kitchen. That's the number one home improvement project right now for kitchen renovations. I had a meeting yesterday with, not yesterday, was it Wednesday night, Thursday night, when my one of my contractors, Tom Inger, Renovations by Design. Maybe you heard of him. Great contractor, by the way. And him and I were talking about kitchens. And basically his kitchens are now always taking the dining room. Not all of them, but most of them are taking the dining room wall out and be creating the kitchen into the dining room. Now, I've been telling people, not that I'm patting myself on the back, but I am. I've been telling people dining rooms are out. Think about it. Go to 5 of your friends and ask them, do you use your dining room on a regular basis? And if you use your dining room less than 5 times a year for dining, you're really wasting the space. A lot of people, my friends, are taking their dining room and creating the expanded kitchen. Now, if you're like me, you know your dining room is your kids doing homework. You got a laptop on it. You got all your mail, bills to pay, and you have this mound of paperwork on your dining room table. You're like me. You don't need a dining room. I mean, what do you use the dining room for originally? Okay, let's go through the year. You got September, we had Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur. That's for the Jews. Us Jews, by the way. Then you got Thanksgiving coming up, right? Love Thanksgiving, tryptophan, little turkey. So you got Thanksgiving. Then we got what? Christmas right after that. There's 3 times. And then you got Easter. I mean, we're not going to do a New Year's party at the dining room table. Hey, heck, we're going to be drunk as hell. So then you got Easter. Easter Sunday. We call it Passover. What else you got? Friday night, Shabbos dinner. That came and went, before years ago. I went to Hillel. Let me tell you, I got some great stories about Hillel back in the day. But let's not talk about Hillel. 248-539-9797 is the home improvement question line. Text me. I'll answer it. Can you talk about mold mitigation in the attic? Mold mitigation in the attic. So why does mold get in your attic, right? So your attic has traps air. Should be breathing properly, but let's just say for a minute, let's say it does. if your attic's breathing properly, you don't have mold. But what causes mold in your attic? Water, humid temperatures, the right conditions for mold. It's not in the sun, but it's hot in your attic. So how do you get mold? Well, water drips down the nails, the temperature change. Here's the thing. Your attic gets hot, and the temperature, it's called dew point. The temperature between the outside air and the inside air of the attic is drastic enough where moisture will get on the backside of the plywood. And then when you have moisture in wood, guess what? Mold wins. So you have to get rid of it. How do you get rid of how do you mitigate the mold in the attic? Can you soda blast it? Can you use ice? Can you use Kills? Can you use concrobium? The key is to pre and post test. Test to see what kind of mold it is. Then encapsulate the mold, get rid of it, and then test and see where it's gone. But I would use a professional company like that. Mold mitigation is, trained guys in Tyvek suits. We all have mold. Anyways, blue cheese is mold. Remember that. Text me 248-539-9797. What's the best advice you can give for redoing kitchen cabinets? Brian, I'm going to answer that question at the next break. We're going to take a break now, and then I'm going to answer it when we come back. How's that? Even better. I'm Adam Helfman, live from the Rocket Mortgage Studios. You're listening to the Hire It Done Radio Network.
Your house brought you together. Like, really together. And although together is great, together with more space is better. With Rocket Mortgage, you get personalized loan options, closing costs, and tax estimates all in real time. So when you need to know what it takes for a home to fit your budget and your family, Rocket can.
What you don't know can hurt you. HireItDone.com.
Hi, it's Adam Helfman from Hire It Done. It's really cold outside. You're in the house. You got a little bit of stir crazy going on. Well, I'm going to give you 5 projects that anyone can do this winter. Whether you decide to do it yourself or hire it done, painting your interior walls is a great project to get out of the way in the cold winter months. The ideal temperature for paint to dry is between 50 and 85 degrees. So winter is arguably better to paint in because you don't have to worry about running the air conditioning because you just painted. A change of colors on the walls can also help if you're starting to feel a case of the old cabin fever setting in. There's no time like the winter to get warmer floors. New carpet is an upgrade the whole family can appreciate. But you'll have to be careful because some new carpeting will give off VOCs, or what we call volatile organic compounds. So here's a tip. If you don't want to have to crack your windows open in the cold, ask your carpet installer to air out the carpeting for 3 to 5 days before they install it. Whether it's new grout, an updated sink faucet, or a full bathroom renovation, winter is the right time for working on your bathroom. The bathroom is an enclosed interior space, and you use it every day. That means you're going to appreciate it all year long. There's no time better than the winter for a brand new steam shower or a heated toilet seat. A lot of homeowners love running space heaters in the cold winter months, and I'm one of them. But space heaters utilize a lot of power and are a fire hazard if they're not placed properly or plugged into an outlet that isn't on a designated circuit. And speaking of outlets, winter is a great time to upgrade to built-in plugs with USB ports. Perfect for sitting under blankets and reading or binge watching your favorite shows. Insulation isn't a sexy home improvement, but it can lead to big savings in energy costs and a big improvement in your home's comfort level, especially in the cold winter months. One of the biggest problem areas for insulation is in your attic. Increasing insulation from R19 to R49 saves homeowners $600 a year on average. Another commonly overlooked area for insulation are the basement rim joists. That's the area between your basement wall and the first floor. you could potentially have almost as much heat loss there as in your attic and save almost as much by adding insulation. So we just gave you 5 really cool projects you can do around your house this winter, whether you want to save money or just update the look. This is what we're here to help you with. I want to thank you for watching, and if you want more information like that, just hit the subscribe button down below and you'll be notified when our new videos come out. I'm Adam Helfman from Hire It Done.
What you don't know can hurt you. HireItDone.com.
Welcome back. This is Hire It Done live from the Rocket Mortgage Studios. Great Saturday morning. We have a lot going on, right? Shout out to my friend Tim Wilson. He's telling me to prepare for 10 days of darkness. What do you think that means? 10 days of darkness. Text me 248-539-9797. I want to know from you. What's the best advice you can give on redoing kitchen cabinets? Brian, couldn't have been a better question. And I'm going to tell you why. Because redoing kitchen cabinets is a new option today. And a lot of painters that I know are getting into painting cabinets. But I'm going to say it like I say it every time, and I'm going to beat it down and make sure everyone understands this, because it's important that you know this. Painting kitchen cabinets is only as good as the guy painting them. And the painter is only as good as the guy prepping the cabinets. You understand what I'm saying? Prep, P-R-E-P. One of my most favorite 4-letter words is free. One of the dirtiest 4-letter words is mold. So Adam Helfman loves the word free, right? We knew that. One of the dirtiest words ever is mold. It's a 4-letter word. One of the best words in home improvement is prep, P-R-E-P. So let's talk about kitchen cabinet, redoing your cabinets. I just happened to do this in a kitchen in Birmingham. And let me tell you something. The prep work makes all the difference. And we didn't prep properly in the beginning of this job, so we had to do it twice. So I'm not an expert, but I'm experienced. I'll say fresh experienced. 248-539-9797. If you have a question or a home improvement request, just text me right now. We're open line, 248-539-9797. I prefer you text so I can answer. We got a lot coming in, by the way. But let's talk about why won't contractors do just the bare minimum needed to save you money? Hey, good question. Save you money on what? Home improvement? I mean, here's the deal. Contractors are building the job that you, the homeowner, request. I want a palace for my Kohler toilet. Okay, no problem. We'll do that. Most contractors only know how to say yes. They don't know how to say no. The better contractors are the one that learn to say no. Trust me when I tell you. N-O. No. That's right. I will definitely talk dirty to you. 248-539-9797. Text me. When we talk dirty in home improvement, it's not what you think. Okay? But here's the thing. Painting cabinets is on the prep. So do you paint the cabinets while they're on the wall? Do you paint the cabinets, you take the doors off, take them to a shop and paint them that way? Let me say this. Let's first talk about what kind of cabinets do you have. Do you have the old Marilette honey maple wood cabinets? Because that was the super popular at the time. Then white laminate. Now today, the most popular cabinets are these shaker white cabinets. You're not going to paint those. But anyways, popular is white. Gray is becoming really popular. But then an off-white, like a not a vanilla, but a yellowish. Anyways, those are the colors that are popular. So if you're going to paint kitchen cabinets, my advice to you is the prep work is so important. So if you're going to ask a contractor, say to them, hey, how are you going to paint these? Give me your process on painting them. What I'd like for you to say to the contractor, here's the deal. The contractor needs to tell you, okay, we're going to paint your cabinets. Ask him how he's prepping it. Now, you don't have to not take them off. I prefer you take the doors off and paint the doors in a different environment, whether it's the basement, whether it's the garage of your house, or if he takes them to a studio or a paint shop and do it that way. Lots of ways to do it, but here's the deal. Prepping your paint on your cabinets is the most important thing. So what do you got to do to prep your cabinets? Well, you need to clean the cabinet material so that it will accept paint. Whether that means sanding them, whether that means using trisodium phosphate in water, maybe even using some bleach. So in order to know what you need to do, you actually have to ask your contractor how he's going to do it. That's important. Okay? 248-539-9797. It's important that we all understand what's going on here so that you can paint your cabinets. So the key is obviously a painter, but you need to make sure that that's the way it is. Now, what else can you do about painting cabinets? Well, you got hardware. Here's a chance when you paint your cabinets, you can, if you have a knob and it's one hole, you can fill the hole in, sand it, and then when you paint your cabinets, cover up the hole, and then you can put pulls. Pulls are with 2 holes. So if you're going to dress up your kitchen. Now, another way, instead of painting cabinets, you might want to try and meet maybe refacing. Refacing is gaining popularity really quickly too. So lots of ways to do things, my friends. But again, it's planning it out properly. So you need to make sure with that. How do you do that? That's the key. That's the real key. So we want to make sure that you know how to do it as well. 248-539-9797. Let's go back to some things you need to do around your house, right? How about keeping your windows clean? Keeping window wells clean and risk a broken window in a wet basement. In fact, someone just texted in a question about basement windows. Let's go back down to this one. I'm purchasing a new crawl space. Here it is. I'm purchasing a new crawl space window that are 32 by 24. However, the space that exists is 31 3/4 by 24 inches. What's the best way to gain the extra ½ inch? You got to get a wall stretcher. Cut the cinder block or chisel it in both. So, yeah, that's weird that you only have 31. So here's in that situation, a crawl space window. Do you have to have it operable? Because I would say go with glass block. Because you can cheat a ½ inch in glass block between the grout lines. Or you can have a custom-made vinyl window for that. But, yeah, I don't understand. Maybe the 32 by 24, you have 31 3/4. Is it if you have wood, by the way, like a sill plate, you could squeeze it out of there. That's a tough one, being undersized, but don't understand that one totally. 248-539-9797. By the way, if you want to get a hold of me, you can email me, adam@hireitdone.com is my email address. Would love to chat, talk, help, blah, blah, blah with you however you want. So what else is going on in your for your house? You should fertilize your lawn. Definitely the best time is to fertilize now. How about your gutters? Gutters are such a thing, right? Get your mind out of the gutter, Adam. My mind is always in the gutter, just in case everyone wants to know. But here's the thing. Straighten your gutters. Get gutter protection. Those are things you need to do. Literally, it's important. What about your downspouts for your gutters? Yeah, clean those out. Now, when you're cutting your grass, do you want to cut it really short in the winter? Because I said to you, you shouldn't stop watering it, but you can reduce the amount of water. And remember, less is more. You can use a little less and get away with it. Text me if you have a question this morning, 248-539-9797. Would love to help you out. How about winterizing your sprinkler system? Well, of course, Houston. Do it now. Get the guy on the list. Literally, get him on the list. What about your garden hoses, cleaning your chimney? We're going to talk all about that when we come back. But don't forget, you have a question Google can't answer? Text me, 248-539-9797. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back.
When it comes to buying a home, they say cash is king. But you're a queen, and that's just as powerful. You're armed with a verified approval from Rocket Mortgage. Sellers know your offer is good, so your bid has the strength to compete with cash offers. Now grab your crown and rule. That castle is yours. So when you need an edge in the bidding war, Rocket can. Rocket.
Hi, I'm Adam Helfman, home improvement expert from Hire It Done. I always hear from homeowners who like to tackle projects around the house themselves. That's why we've put together this do-it-yourself series to help you next time you're ready to embrace your inner weekend warrior. Hope you enjoy the video. Hey everyone, it's Adam Helfman from Hire It Done. Today we're going to learn how to locate your hose bib that goes to the outside and how to turn it off for the winter. So the first thing you want to do to locate your hose bib shutoff is to go outside and identify where your hose bib is. Then come into your basement or your crawl space and go to the same location from the inside of your house to where it is. Usually there's plumbing supply lines to that area, and that's where you'll find the shutoff valve. So now that we've identified the shutoff valve for the outside hose bib, what you want to do is you want to turn it clockwise. And when you turn it clockwise, that'll turn the valve completely off. So the reason why you want to turn the water off to your spigot is because in the wintertime, the water will freeze on the outside of the wall, and if it does, the plumbing will crack and the water will be coming back into your crawl space or your basement. Thanks for watching the video. If you liked it, go ahead and click the like button. If you didn't like it, or if you think you know a better way to tackle a project, then please leave a comment for me below. And if you want more great home improvement content like this, go ahead and subscribe. As always, I'm Adam Helfman with Hire It Done, and I'll see you in the next video.
Welcome back. This is Hire It Done. My name's Adam Helfman. So it's fall. You got to get stuff done around your house. Drain your garden hoses. That's right. How hard is it to do that? Because if you don't drain them and they freeze, guess what? They're ruined. That's right. Clean your chimney. How do you clean a chimney? Simple. You get a chimney sweep. Mary Poppins, come on, huh? We have a chimney sweep guy, Dr. Sweep. He's a good guy. Gets rid of the creosote buildup and all that. Now, if you're a once in a while fire person, you get your chimney cleaned once a year or once every couple of years. If you're using your fire all the time, you got to get it cleaned a lot more than that. I'm not an expert on chimney cleaning, but you know how that goes. However, we do talk about it on our podcast. And by the way, I have a really cool podcast sponsored by Rocket Mortgage. The podcast is called Contractor Therapy. And I promise you're going to like it because it's funny. It's me unleashed. I get to swear. You know, that's the whole point about radio. You can't swear. I don't understand. It's part of the English language. I did think one day that I was going to go, if I was thinking about quitting radio, I was going to wait till the last show and then go crazy and break every FCC violation. But then it doesn't do anyone any good. So I would never do that. And of course, James Kennedy, he's the dump police. We call him the dump police. He's got his finger on the dump button at all times. And you'd think a home improvement show? Why would you want to dump a guy like that? It's real simple. There's a lot of things I say that I'm not supposed to. Anyways, 248-539-9797. Text me if you have a home improvement question this morning. Did you realize that home improvement costs are skyrocketing right now? The cost of renovation has gone up. If you're a contractor listening to this, text me and let me know if you think costs are up or if you think they're going down. I want to hear from you. 248-539-9797. Text me. The cost of everything's going up, folks. Listen, we sat on our tuchuses for 4 months. 5 months. We stared at everything. You didn't plan a vacation. You didn't go out. You didn't do much. What do? You stared at your bathroom. You stared at your floors, carpeting, your light fixtures. You may have gone online and gone crazy on Amazon. Maybe you didn't. Maybe you saved it up and you said, you know what? We're going to do that deck. We're going to do that bathroom. We're going to do anything. 248-539-9797. Expect your home improvement costs this year and going into next year to go 50% up. And worst case scenario, it's going to take 50% longer. Who wants to wait? This is the problem with home improvement. Google is my enemy. Google ruined the home improvement business. And let me tell you why. Google. Who came up with that name? I'd like to smash those guys in the head. Of course they went to U of M. Go figure. But Google, you type in bathroom remodeling. And what happens? Click. Instantly, you got $1 bazillion and a bazillion bunch of information. But it's instant. How, my friends, do you think you're going to now? Oh, look it. I just Googled bathroom remodel. I got it all set. I'm ready. Then you watch TV and you got HGTV, and in 28 minutes, they remodel the whole bathroom. You're like, yeah, this is what I want, friends. Oy vey. No. I don't want a bathroom in 28 minutes. Why? Because it fooled everybody. It fooled you. A bathroom is a 2-week job. Text me, 248-539-9797. The price of home improvement is going up. So you want to put money in your house? Yeah, it's a good investment. It's solid. If you ever remodeled your home before, getting through the process is a nightmare, even with the best contractors. When you're done, you're like, oh, it's a dream. But during the process, it's not a dream. Okay? So you learn after a couple home improvement projects. You learn. But I want you, my friends who are listening to my show, to learn from me. Smart people learn from their mistakes. Wise people learn from other people's mistakes. You feel me? You hear me? 248-539-9797. How do you vent a dryer? The wall behind it's an addition room, which is part of the backyard. It looks like someone tried going to the ceiling, leading the attic. Is that possible? Dryer venting is not easy. And by the way, there's 32,000 or 36,000 dryer vent fires a year. It's a bad problem. Your vent should not go into the attic. Your vent should not go anywhere but outside. The straightest shot to the outside makes sense. If you're going to vent it up and around and have all these elbows, it's never going to work. But lucky for you, we've got Santa Clean. He's a duct cleaner, and he cleans duct vents. He cleans vents for the dryer. But then you got to get a hire done, or you got to get a heating cooling contractor to revent your dryer. That's another thing. You got to be careful. So will that cost more money than expected? Depends on if it's not vented properly. Okay, here we go. My husband and I have been do-it-yourselfers, DIYing, our house. And the other day we went and bought 2x4s, and the price was double what it was before COVID. The 2x4s were $6 a piece. That's an oy vey. Oy vey. So imagine what the contractor has to do. You got a room addition, you got 300 2x4s. Think about that. The cost of lumber has gone up. The cost of driving the lumber to your house. The cost of labor. Listen, you used to pay a laborer $12 to $15 an hour. He's sitting at home on unemployment getting more money than that. Why does he have to work? So now what? So now I got to pay the guy extra to show up. America's turned into a lazy asses. And you know what? That's not funny. Never vent under the soffit. That's right. Not sound, but out. Yeah, I agree. You need a heating and cooling guy to do the venting, by the way. By the way, I have a hood fan vent I got to have put in. Meanwhile, it's going to cost you more than you expect. Competition right now is fierce. So a contractor might initially offer you an attractive price just to beat out the other bids. Is that the guy you want? Their goal is to get you to lock in the contract, right? But then they can always upsell you on the add-ons. That's the game that gets played. The game is like that. You have a problem? You have a pricing issue with anything? Lumber, plumbing? Is it going up? Text me, 248-539-9797. I want to hear from you. Good morning. Lumber's crazy money right now. Most homeowners don't want to do any home improvements because of it. From Lee's Construction. You know what, Lee's? It's actually a good point. I think a lot of homeowners want to get it done now. And here's my advice to the homeowners. Spend your time right now finding a good contractor. Because I can guarantee you if you find a good guy, he's not going to be able to start your job Monday. However, it allows you to get a relationship started with him. And it allows you to say to him, all right, I want to do the job, but I want to plan it properly. And that's the best thing you can do. Get the right contractor. And if he can't start it till the spring, that's okay. I'm not going to tell you to do this, but sign up with him right now. Lock in the spring date. And if something changes between now and spring with yourself, listen, life happens. You can cancel. There might be a cancellation fee, so get that up front. But here's the thing. You want to protect your mental health? I'm a mental wreck. That's why I go to therapy. That's why I have a podcast called Contractor Therapy. It's really good, by the way. Must say so myself. But here's the thing. It's going to cost you more money. How do you prevent that? Your contractor gets further into your project. He might point out unforeseen problems. Remember, your contractor doesn't have a crystal ball or x-ray vision. The additional fees that he might want to charge you may be legit. Rotted wood is a legit fee. But some unscrupulous contractors, and this is where it becomes a problem, will find excuses to jack up the price. And those are the guys you got to stay away from. Literally. 248-539-9797. Text me if you have a home improvement question. If you're a contractor or you know the prices are going up, tell me what prices are going up for you. Okay? The only thing that's going down is, and it hasn't gone up, and you know what's funny, is the cost of financing your home improvement project. Rocket Mortgage, they keep it locked in. So, again, maybe that's one other reason why you want to have your house remodeled, because you got cheap money. Money's never been cheaper. That's the best part about it, okay? Now, because of COVID, what else happens? Your job takes longer than expected. Duh. Even if there was no COVID, the job takes longer than expected. It's just the MO of contractors, the MO of what's happening in our industry. Here's the classic lines from contractors. In fact, we have a podcast that says the biggest lies in home improvement. The projects cost me money. I'm practically working for free. I had a dummy video guy who was doing a video for me. He was a subcontractor. It was before I found my great guy, Keith. And he told me this is costing me money. I should have fired him right on the spot. I knew I should have known better. Anyways, we're going to take a quick break. 248-539-9797. Text me. Home improvement prices. Ron Stern's listening. Shout out to him when we come back. I'm Adam Helf, and you're listening to the Hire It Done Radio Network.
What you don't know can hurt you. HireItDone.com.
Hi, it's Adam Helfman from Hire It Done. It's really cold outside. You're in the house. You got a little bit of stir crazy going on. Well, I'm going to give you 5 projects that anyone can do this winter. Whether you decide to do it yourself or hire it done, painting your interior walls is a great project to get out of the way in the cold winter months. The ideal temperature for paint to dry is between 50 and 85 degrees. So winter is arguably better to paint in because you don't have to worry about running the air conditioning because you just painted. A change of colors on the walls can also help if you're starting to feel a case of the old cabin fever setting in. There's no time like the winter to get warmer floors. New carpet is an upgrade the whole family can appreciate. But you'll have to be careful because some new carpeting will give off VOCs, or what we call volatile organic compounds. So here's a tip. If you don't want to have to crack your windows open in the cold, ask your carpet installer to air out the carpeting for 3 to 5 days before they install it. Whether it's new grout, an updated sink faucet, or a full bathroom renovation, winter is the right time for working on your bathroom. The bathroom is an enclosed interior space, and you use it every day. That means you're going to appreciate it all year long. There's no time better than the winter for a brand new steam shower or a heated toilet seat. A lot of homeowners love running space heaters in the cold winter months, and I'm one of them. But space heaters utilize a lot of power and are a fire hazard if they're not placed properly or plugged into an outlet that isn't on a designated circuit. And speaking of outlets, winter is a great time to upgrade to built-in plugs with USB ports. Perfect for sitting under blankets and reading or binge watching your favorite shows. Insulation isn't a sexy home improvement, but it can lead to big savings in energy costs and a big improvement in your home's comfort level, especially in the cold winter months. One of the biggest problem areas for insulation is in your attic. Increasing insulation from R19 to R49 saves homeowners $600 a year on average. Another commonly overlooked area for insulation are the basement rim joists. That's the area between your basement wall and the first floor. You could potentially have almost as much heat loss there as in your attic and save almost as much by adding insulation. So we just gave you 5 really cool projects you can do around your house this winter, whether you want to save money or just update the look. This is what we're here to help you with. I want to thank you for watching, and if you want more information like that, just hit the subscribe button down below and you'll be notified when our new videos come out. I'm Adam Helfman from Hire It Done.
What you don't know can hurt you. HireItDone.com.
Welcome back. This is Hire Done live from the Rocket Mortgage Studios. My name's Adam Helfman. Text me 248-539-9797. We're talking about why your project's going to take twice as long during COVID and why the prices have gone up so ridiculous. It's crazy. Lumber prices are out of control. Text me 248-539-9797 if you are a contractor or a homeowner who've been doing home improvement and you're just like, oh my God, what's going on here? Great advice on signing now and waiting for the right contract until spring. Lumber is a fortune right now. Ron Stern Building Company. Yeah, he's the best. There's another good contractor, Ron Stern. I've known him and his family for generations. Literally good guy. Also, finding quality subcontractors that don't want price gouge and have a long-term relationship is near impossible. There you go. My concrete guy, my plumber. Once you have a good trade, you gotta embrace them. And then, listen, there's a lot of trades that'll work with you, but then there's a lot of trades that will take advantage. And I don't want those guys, But again, controlling cost up, the timeline and the cost is so important. And it comes down to one thing. And, I talk about my contractors a lot because I love them. They're like family. And it comes down to communication. You know, there's a lot of tools now like Builder Trend. Matt Hatz from MCCS, he uses it. Him and Shayna Gasparovich, they do a really good job communicating with their homeowner. And then I had dinner the other night with Tom Inger from Renovation by Design. He uses a company, he uses Builder Trend, but then he also uses a new one called HubSpot. If you're a contractor not using HubSpot, you should check it out. It's worth it. Here, let's see. I'm an insurance adjuster for a major carrier who handles large-scale residential losses. A customer of mine lost his house right before COVID hit, and work didn't really start until a couple months ago. Due to all the shutdowns and we've been consistently running into cost increases for laborers and materials, just as you were saying. I recalculated the cost of the job, and lumber costs alone increased by $15,000. Holy moly. That's another thing with insurance. Guaranteed replacement, cost of living increases, that all is important. That all runs it in. You got to make sure you know this, friends. Seriously. Your job's going to take longer than expected. I would tell you that with no COVID. I'd be like, listen, even the best contractors, the job takes longer. Contractor's going to say to you, Mrs. Jones, I'm going to bust my butt. I'm going to get this job done in 4 weeks. On week 4, if he's started by then, you're going to hear a litany of excuses. Not against him. There's a lot of contractors who finish early. There's a lot of contractors who finish on time. And guess what? Those jobs come and go on the wayside. You don't hear about those because there's nothing to talk about. There's nothing to complain about. The problem is, Houston, is it's the ones you remember when the contractor says, oh, my God, you told me 10 days. We're in 10 days of darkness. Don't let your emotions get in the way. I get emotional right now. I get all crazy. I'm cray-cray. 248-539-9797. You got a home improvement question Google can't answer? We're talking about why COVID-19 is increasing the price of your job and why it's taking longer. So you got to get your emotions out of the way. What's the homeowner's worst enemy? Emotions. You know what the second worst enemy of the homeowner is? It's that goddamn neighbor. The know-it-all neighbor. Did you just dump me? I'm not allowed to say that? Oh, thanks for dumping me then. Sorry. Oops. So the worst thing than a emotional homeowner is the bad neighbor, the know-it-all neighbor. Anyways, the more emotional you are around a contractor, the more they know they can take advantage of you. Chicken Little. Do you know who Chicken Little is? He ran around saying the sky is falling. And finally, when the sky never fell, we got a problem. 248-539-9797. Text me. Adam, I'm looking to finish my basement. It's 25 by 25 square. Carpeted and concrete now. I want to do a simple 4 drywall walls, put a few outlets in, and probably drop ceiling. What's the ballpark do-it-yourself versus hire it done? Pros and cons. Either way, outside the obvious. That's a good question. My answer to you, my friend, is first of all, if you're going to have living space, you got to put an egress window. So that's a egress window, $7,500. Boom. Add that to the budget right out of the gates. Okay? But if you want to do it yourself, you can. Just make sure when you do the plans that you use the proper equipment. Finish Basements Plus is one of my contractors, and they use composite materials, which means it's mold resistant. If you're going to do your basement, why not invest in mold resistant materials? So if there's ever a flood, you can reuse it, clean it off, and be done. So there's a lot of options in that loaded question, basically. But I want you to know, hey, it's okay. 248-539-9797. Don't let your emotions get in the way, right? So we're talking about why COVID's taking the job longer, why the costs are extraordinarily higher. Let's just say you bought your dream home. We love it so much, and it's in the perfect location. You tell your contractor, you also let it slip that you overbid by $65,000 to get the house of your dreams. In such a scenario, what's your contractor thinking? With that kind of money, this couple has, what's the harm in charging them an extra 10 grand? Do you think contractors think that way? What you don't know can hurt you. HireItDone.com. That's my jingle. If you don't know, maybe it won't hurt you, but I don't allow that. That's why people get other bids. Now, I'm not condoning 9, 10 bids. I'm condoning a few bids. But I'm also condoning saying yes to the contractor right away. You find a guy you like and you're like, yeah, I can work with this guy. Then all you got to do is say, I want to work with you. Let's make a deal. And then sharpen your pencil and ask the questions. Let him give you the project. Let him write it out for you and here give you the price. When he gives you the price, review it. Tell him, all right, I want to sleep on it, and I'm going to call you back. Call him back the next day and say, I read everything, and you should read it all. You'll have questions. But then what you need to do, here's what you need to do. You need to ask him the next day, hey, Mr. Conner, I like you. I like the job. I want to get started. However, can you do better? I need you to give me a better price. There's nothing wrong with asking for a better price. It's the hire it done way. Now, the contractor has the right to say no. Mrs. Jones, listen, I like you too, and I want to do your project. However, my schedule permits me this job to get started on this date like you wanted. However, to give you what you wanted, I can't do it for that price. So here's what we can do. We can cut a few things out to get to the price you want, or you can pay me this and I can start the job. Your choice. Think about it. So now what do? Is it a stalemate? What's the status? Are you feeling okay with that? Are you not feeling okay? That's the key, my friends. What do? It depends on how desperate the contractor is. Most contractors, literally, will negotiate a little bit. But most contractors that are like hire done, here's the price. Take it or leave it. I got 9 customers behind you waiting. So remember, don't let your emotions get in the way. Now, what about the scope of your property value? What if your property is only a certain value? Like every house in the neighborhood is $400,000, right? You got a $350,000 house, and then you're going to add a $200,000 addition. What do? Well, it all depends on the question you ask. Are you going to die in this house? You going to live here forever? Or are you going to sell it? Customer called in. Jeff from Oxford asked, hey, Adam, I need new siding, but I also need a little work done on the inside. He doesn't have a lot to spend, so what would be the best to help him with his resale value? Well, resale value is curb appeal. So siding will change the look of your house, and it'll add curb appeal, which adds value. Work on the inside, I don't know what you need. But you can, if you have a handyman, clean up the house first. Any kind of work you're going to do if you're trying to sell should be cleansing work. Okay? That's important. Been trying to get contractors to give me a quote to finish a basement about 1,400 square feet. Got one to show up and tell me 20 grand plus materials, and one told me the way it should be done and never heard from him again. I'm done. Contractors suck. Yeah. Plus a plumber and plus an electrician. One spent a half hour with me and never heard from him again. 2 never called me back, and after they said they would. What do you think about that? I think that's part of our business. I think that's what makes people like hire it done. I've got my contractors who are licensed, insured, pre-screened, background checked. We check their work, and they're busy. And even they have sometimes trouble getting back with people, but that's unacceptable. Not all contractors suck. I want to let you know. I love contractors. So there are some good ones. Visit hireitdone.com if you can. Also, I want to thank you for tuning in today. It was a great show. I want to thank Rocket Mortgage from the Rocket Mortgage Studio for sponsoring everything. Don't forget to check out my podcast, Contractor Therapy. You should listen to it while you're on a couch laying down. It's much better. My name's Adam Helfman. I'll see you. Thanks for listening.